Would you rather be lonely or would you rather have too many friends? And this don't got nothing to do with your money, your wallet. But
I would much rather be.
When you're lonely, there are plus sides and downsides to it. Lonely negative, but low key, there are plus sides and downsides.
I was getting ready to say, yeah.
But it's the same with having too many friends.
Is having too many friends really comparable to being lonely?
The only reason why I say this is because I think there's people out there that have this big friend group. And I don't mean you have too many friends, but you've seen it. You've talked to girls that have had big friend groups. Too many friends to me sounds like, okay, I'm in a big friend group of 8, right? And it's always somebody's birthday. It's always somebody throwing a party. So there's a lot of pressure for me to show up and show that I am a okay human being. You know? Okay, so I got to show up to this part. I got to show up to that. The person that's lonely doesn't have to, they don't have that type of burden on their shoulders, but it's one that's different. They both look at life in 2 different perspectives. One wants to be around more people, but feels kind of like put away, the lonely person. One is probably not looking to be lonely, but like, damn, I got a lot of pressure showing up. So that's what I was going to ask you. Like,
okay,
would you rather be somebody with the pressures of keeping up with a big friend group, or would you rather be somebody that didn't have a big friend group, but you was just like lonely?
I probably would pick the friend group.
The friend group?
I think loneliness comes with a level of depression.
Yeah.
And a level of insecurity that where the friend group is annoying and you still feel the pressure to show up with people, but it's not the same. Having been a part of both.
You don't think the friend group could cause some depression or some insecurities?
They can, but it's different. It's like, well, to me, it's different because I have no problem telling my friend I'm not going to be there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it depends on what type of person you are. Because for me, I have no problem telling you, yeah, couldn't make it because my people know I won't even answer the phone sometimes.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But I can do it. That's how I am.
Yeah.
Or that's just who I kind of have accepted that about myself. Like, I can do that.
Yeah.
So dealing with the loneliness for me would be tougher because you don't have those outlets.
Yeah.
Because when I need an outlet, I can still lean on one of my friends. I'm not a super terrible nigga. You know what I'm saying? But
for me, I think I would rather be lonely. And the only reason why I say this is because to me, loneliness is temporary, which means everybody's going to go through being lonely at some point in their life.
Yep.
And for me, I've been in situations where I felt lonely, or for my people out there who might go through either a breakup or you go through a big point in your life where you by yourself, you might move somewhere, you might go to college or whatever. When you lonely, to me, you learning about yourself. And I think that's the biggest progress about being lonely. Like, all the moments where I was lonely or by myself, I got better with being by myself. It's easier to handle. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
And like, I know a lot about myself. When you're alone, you learn a lot about yourself. So to me, when you get back around your friend group, the insecurities that come from that side of it, where I'm like, damn, like, do they think I'm this way? Do they think I'm that? Because I was lonely and spent a lot of time by myself, I got to understand who I was. Like, I think I saw this joint that said, what did it say? And I wanted to read it for the pod. It says, the price of loneliness is the knowledge of ourselves. I don't think it's the price. I saw a comment. I saw that on Facebook.
I love that.
Say
that again.
The price of loneliness is the knowledge of ourselves. I think what it should really say is the prize of loneliness. I think when you by yourself, you get the benefit of learning about yourself. Because think about that person that has that friend group. They're never able to, or they're not able. It's not that they're not able, but like, when you got to show up for a lot of people often, sometimes, you know what I'm saying, you are always, like, what did you just say? You are always outletted. I always have an outlet.
Yep.
When your outlets get cut off and the loneliness period that temporarily comes past everybody's life, the person that has too many friends, it hit heavy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
because you're so outletted. I've been around everybody my whole life. Even like, I can definitely say I've experienced that, where you got a heavy set of just outlets, and then it dwindles down to just you. And then you start really realizing, damn, like low key, I have a lot of learning about myself to do. That's why I say if I had to choose a life, I would choose to be lonely. I would choose to just be dolo, and can float in and out. I don't want to have to live up to the pressures of a friend group because I'm like, once I start feeling like I'm not living up, then you got to deal with not showing up. You got to deal with where you've been at. You got to deal with, you still got your...
Nah, yeah, that's true.
I'd rather be on some dolo shit.
I understand that. I've been lonely before. And
I get lonely too. You know, we singing the new Impressions version, DC.
Not the Drizzy.
Yeah.
I've definitely been lonely before, and it's definitely not fun, but it teach you a lot about yourself.
Yes, sir. This is Mr. Self Trip right here. Mr. Solo Trip.
100%. I'm telling you. Everybody that I've told to take a self trip that has taken one, it has helped them out tremendously. And you don't have to fly to a different city. You can literally leave your house and book a room at a hotel in your city for a night or two. And you wake up, you go get breakfast somewhere by yourself in a restaurant, eat. You can DoorDash food to your room, and you can literally watch TV. You can be on your phone. I did all of that on my solo trip. But I was in Miami. So I was doing shit but by myself. I went to the beach alone. I went to the breakfast spot alone. And you know what's crazy? When you lonely, and I was lonely when I went on my solo trip. What sticks out to you the most, damn, my bad, y'all. What sticks out to you the most on like a trip like that to me was all of the people together. Because I was by myself.
Yeah.
So all you see and all you notice is people together. Jesus Christ, too many dinging. But all you notice and all you see is, oh, damn, that's a couple right there. Oh, this is a friend group right here. And so that's definitely real and it's definitely tough. But if you were that person that had this big friend group and then all of a sudden you lonely, it may be a little harder to...
Yeah. That's why I think even though loneliness is temporary, if you feel like you're at a point in your life where you want some dolo shit, it's just like... That's to me some of your biggest progress because you really learning about yourself. I feel like when you always have a distraction, you always got somebody that can come in a room and fix whatever negative thought you had, you didn't fix it yourself, then when it comes down to the point where you do have to fix that shit yourself, then you're like the person that always got help putting something together. Now that you got to do this shit dolo, you can do it. You're just panicking a little bit. Yeah. It's like, damn, hold up. I'm really by myself. I'm really doing this by myself. You know, like you can get it done.
Yeah.
You just know you're doing it dolo this time. 100.
And even though it's, like Women's Appreciation Month, fellas, that's a real key thing for us because the ladies at least be talking to each other or will talk about the shit they going through. We link up for the game and it's cool, but we could be battling something completely crazy when we get alone.
Yeah.
So learning how to deal with that shit by yourself.
The only advice I can give to that person that's dealing with that is not go get with somebody, go open up. But I'm not gonna say none of that. All I would say is that it's temporary, and I feel like when you in it, it don't feel temporary. But loneliness is 100% a temporary thing.
But what would you say to the person that doesn't feel like it's temporary because they've been lonely for a long time? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I think it's only temporary because of you. You know what I mean? You still have to maneuver through life. Like, you can't get comfy. And give me this real quick, Terrell, because I feel like you're going to fuck with this.
Oh, okay, yeah.
You can't make a home in the corner of a maze. This is my own shit. I didn't get this from nobody. But I think what people will do, when you think about a maze, you're supposed to be able to get through it to the end. You know? But it is literally also made to, like, choke you up. And I feel like, for real, this shit is going to feel like a maze, you know? And I think some people make a home in a corner of a maze because I might not know how to get out of this joint, but I know I can get right back here. If I put all of my shit right here in this corner, no matter how far or how lost I get, I can always at least get back right here. You know what I'm saying? And instead of me now living this life to get out of the maze, now I'm living my life to really, I just need to get back to where I left my shit. I'm not even thinking about getting out of the maze. I'm not even thinking about trying to escape or get through. I'm just thinking about staying as comfortable as possible because if I make this corner comfy, then me being in a maze don't sound too bad because I got my shit right here. I got all my shit right here.
Okay, I like that. But like, how do you get out?
So that's the only reason why I bring that up.
Because we talking about loneliness.
Yeah. Only reason why I bring that up is because, like you said,
my bad, because you saying it's temporary.
Yeah.
But if I'm somebody who's always felt lonely,
Yeah.
right? Let's say I grew up a different life, or I don't get that many girls, I don't have that many friends, I could be an only child, whatever. I could have been feeling loneliness for a long time. So you telling me just know it's lonely, I could feel like, man, fuck that, because I've been lonely for a long time.
I would ask you if you are making a home in the corner of a maze. Only because loneliness is temporary because it's really on you. You can't get upset that you're lonely and you don't put yourself or give yourself any opportunities to change that. That's like me complaining about the fact that I'm dirty, but I never try to take a shower. I never try. At a certain point, me saying that I'm dirty is now not because there's an unfortunate reality placed on my back. It's because I have stopped trying to get clean. You know?
Yeah, but you said you wouldn't, if somebody was lonely, you wouldn't tell them to talk to anybody or go talk to somebody. But how do they get on?
That's what, because my thing is this. I'm not going to tell you to make the first move or what first move you can make. All I can tell you is that it's temporary and it's on you. So, like, whether it's you joining and getting more in tune with your interests, or you getting out of your box and doing something you've been afraid to do. These are things that can keep you from being lonely, and lonely don't always mean partner, like girlfriend. Lonely is, I don't have anybody that I can talk to about this game. I don't got anybody that I can talk to about sports. Think about it. When I look at myself, and y'all know what I do, I go to the gym. But y'all know how many people I talk to in the gym about like sports and shit, and I see them all the time, and it's kind of like, am I chilling with them after? Are we getting beers and are we drinking? No, but right. I'm putting myself in an environment to meet somebody or run into somebody that might be like, hey, bro, you know we shoot hoops after this if you wanna link.
Right? Yeah, you never know.
Yeah. So for me, that's why I say like your lonely period is temporary, but it's only temporary if you still flying around. If I'm branched up, then nothing's gonna happen. I can't tell you where to go.
Nah, that's true. And you know what? Shout out to Candace, because our sister Candace, her friend group now is completely different than the friend group she had when she was
growing up
in school.
Yeah.
And I think for a little period of her life, she was just kind of like doing her, and she ended up meeting who are now her best friends a little bit later in life.
Yeah.
So that does happen. I like that though.
I'll end it with just saying, don't make a home in the corner of a maze. No matter what situation you in, it's easy to get comfortable with comfortability.
Yeah, it's easy to be comfortable. That's true. That's
easy
such
to
a
make
great
a
thing.
shit situation comfortable, you know?
Hell yeah.
Yeah.